For me, for now, I don't particularly like this form of dating, or perhaps it's because I'm not old enough to feel this pressure from the family to get married. Or maybe when I reach a certain age and I'm still single, you'll probably spot me in that sort of dating market. See me desperately find my Mr. Pork. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. And first thing first, I can't apologize enough for not uploading any content on my channel for another long while. But anyway, here we go. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, I went to Chengdu. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the clips and pictures that I got from my trip. And if you're a big fan for spicy food, Chinese food, or if you're a big fan of Panda, you definitely don't want to miss out the clips that I have during my trip. So yeah, here we go. Let's get started. So it's a 3-day trip. So the first day when I arrived in Chengdu is already dinner time. So I had my first dinner with my local Chengdu friend. And as you can see from the pictures, it's what the local called chuan, which literally means food on skewers. So we went to have 2 flavors. After we had our food, we head out to this really interesting bar in Chengdu. The drinks on this menu is inspired by the old Asian Chinese poem. In general, it's a really beautiful Chinese bar which is inspired by Chinese culture. Everything is so aesthetically beautiful. So yeah, move on to our second day. Since I am really interested in the Chinese history, there's like a big history museum. But yeah, so if you're interested in like Chinese culture or Chinese history, definitely don't want to miss out visiting that museum. So after we visited the museum, we went to this next street, saw some stinky tofus, and we saw some other stuff. And so, how many celebrities can you recognize in this clip? I forgot to mention about this when I filmed that intro video. So there's this Chinese dating market in the park nearby. When I say dating market, it's a literal dating market where you're supposed to meet your potential partners for their future marriage. And this is how it works. You write down your personal information on this piece of red paper, and then you hand it over to the person who's in charge of the event, and then they will display your information out there. Someone who is interested in your personal information will contact you later, and then you can set up to a date or something. Your personal information includes your age, your gender, your occupation, and sometimes some guys would write down their annual salary to attract more attention from the females. It's a pretty common form of dating in China nowadays. The reason why it existed is because, you know, in China, there's this pressure for Chinese young people to get married before a certain age. They have this pressure from their family, mostly their parents and their grandparents, and then the Chinese young people will turn to the help of this form of dating in hope that they will find someone for marriage. For me, I don't particularly like this form of dating because I think it's weird. Like, from my perspective, we're supposed to meet someone, you're supposed to meet them organically. You do not have this specific goal or requirement when meeting someone, you know what I mean? Meeting someone this way is no different from trying to pick up a slice of pork in the supermarket. It's like when you go to the supermarket and when you are trying to pick up a pork, you'll be like, oh, I want to pick up a pork about this big and this thick. Then you go to the supermarket and you pick up the pork. and similar to this dating market. And you'll be like, oh, I want to find a guy who's 6 foot tall and have this amount of salary per year. And then you go to the dating market and try to pick up this guy. It's not much difference here. For me, for now, I don't particularly like this form of dating, or perhaps it's because I'm not old enough to feel this pressure from the family to get married or to meet someone. Maybe when I reach a certain age and I'm still single, you'll probably spot me in that sort of dating market and see me desperately find my Mr. Pork. So yeah, this is just my opinion about this Chinese dating market. Oh, this is the 3rd day of our Chengdu trip, which is also the Panda Day. And on that day, we went to the Panda Reservation in Chengdu. It's not really far away from the Chengdu city center. It'll take you roughly 30 minutes on metro. Yeah, just enjoy the videos and pictures that I got from those cute little